We provide free tutoring in math and literacy for grades 1st through 12. So we're sponsoring this event because we believe in education, we believe in the importance of education, and we're glad that you're here, and we want to say welcome to each one of you guys and welcome to the parents. Thank you guys for taking the time to come and visit with us, and I hope you enjoy yourselves. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's give Dr. Wilson a big hand. Great things. Now watch this. How many want to be a professional football player? But guess what you got to do? You got to go to school. How many want to be a famous? How many want a whole lot of money? Some grown folk ought to have your hand up. Listen, but that's what school teaches us. School is a part of life. The more we educate ourselves, the more we can get out of life. How many are grateful for their education? Right, there's a whole lot of places you can go with the education, but let me give you this piece before we move forward. A lot of people had to go through a lot for you to go out and get an education. It was one point in time, young black males and young black females were not able to go to school. But a lot of people had to walk, a lot of people had to sweat, a lot of people had to cry, a lot of people had to go through a lot of things for we, as black people, to have an education. Have an opportunity to have an education.
I was just wondering, when you asked who wanted to be an NFL football player, there were a lot of children that raised their hands. And so I wondered if you could address, because a lot of times children think that as long as I have this talent, I don't really have to learn because the teachers kind of just push them on through. So I was wondering if you could address that.
Well, pretty much it's more like you have to be in school in order to get to college in order to play the NFL. You know, with the NFL, it's not like basketball, when you're good enough that you can come from high school and go straight to the NBA. But the NFL don't work like that. You have to go through junior high, you got to go through high school, you got to go through college in order to make it there. And that's one of the things I was telling you about school. If you have dreams of being any type of professional athlete or any professional, it's gonna take schooling to make it there. You're gonna have to stay in school, and you pretty much got to make good grades, because one thing about the NFL, a lot of guys, they're not dumb. They might seem that way, but when you actually sit down with that person, they are very smart. They really know their books. They really know how to learn plays, and they have very quick learning. Because what people, you guys fail to realize, it's like a test every week for us. Every week they changing something new. If it's a new play we putting in this week, one week it might mean this, and next week it might mean something else. So your mind have to constantly be on the move. You got to constantly just pay attention and can comprehend stuff real quick.
Hey y'all, it's your girl C-Rob here from msfenews as music, sports, fashion, and entertainment news. I'm here with Daunte Wesley. What's going on?
What's going on? How you doing?
Doing good. Now tell us a little bit about today's event and why you're here.
You know what? I was invited. My cousin over CMB Sports, Cedric Carter, invited me here, and it's a great event dealing with kids and trying to help keep them in school and keep them motivated. So I'm happy to be here and just excited to, to see what's going on with the movement he's trying to do.
Yeah, that's good. I love Cedric. Thank you for inviting me. CMB Sports, shout out. Now, I was really touched by your story. You talked about your journey, you talked about your mother, talked about being in church. What is it that you want young people to grasp from your story?
You know what? To keep God first and always keep pursuing, a goal in life. Have something in life that you're going toward and that you fight for, because you can make it if you try. And that's, seems to have been a problem with a lot of youth these days. They give up on their dream, and that's one thing I try to teach people: never give up on. Just keep on working hard, and you can make it.
Already. Now, what's the next step for you? You've been in the NFL. You already talked about it. People want to know. They're watching out there. What is your next step? What's your next move? What are your goals?
You know what? My goal right now, I'm still currently, like I said, a free agent in the NFL, and I want to get back on the team. And I want a winning Super Bowl ring. I want to get on a team that's winning. Fortunate enough, I was able to make it, but unfortunate enough, I lost both. But hopefully this time go around, if God bless me, get on a winning team, that I get a chance to get a winning ring, and then I will retire.
Already. But thank you so much for letting us talk to you today. Best of luck to you. Really touched by your story. And, we just appreciate you coming out and sharing your story with all these kids.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much for having me.
And we get a list of schools who have been failing over the past year or so with the tax test. And it's a free tutoring program, lasts about 2 weeks to a month. Everything is free. The kids are at their school with the teachers they already know. It's about an hour after school. And once they're done, we give them a little incentive. I'm going to let y'all think about that for a second. But as far as it goes, it's definitely motivational, definitely positive. And once we're done with the children for that day, if they're into music, we teach them more about confidence music, as far as making beats, writing lyrics, singing, things of that nature. So it's all good.
I was wondering where the music came from, but I like that. I like that. That's like an incentive. Hey y'all, it's your girl C-Rob here from msfenews. That's Music, Sports, Fashion, and Entertainment News. I'm here with Tashard. Choice. How's it going?
Pretty good. Doing good about yourself?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Now tell everybody about the event today and why you're here and what you want the young people to grasp from this event.
Basically, I'm here as a figure, of my stature, just trying to make sure I give back and let kids know to understand the importance of education and what you need to do as far as doing that, and whatever you want to be in life, you got to make sure you do well in education. And one of the things I like to do as far as myself is to give back so kids can understand that no matter who you are in the world, you start somewhere and start from a dream wherever you come from, and that's one of the things I want to get across to them today.
Tell us a little bit about your journey, in the NFL, working your way up the chain from third string to second string. Like, what was that like, and what were some of the things you had to overcome to get into the NFL?
A lot of adversity. You go through a lot of trials and tribulations, but first of all, your faith, your upbringing. My mom, coming from a family that I came from, is one of the things that I understood. When you by yourself, you go through a lot of things by yourself. So I lean on God for a lot of things that I go through, and continuously still going through different things that's gonna fight you day in and day out. But just to stay strong and make sure you stay positive, doing all with your attitude, and that's all you can control.
Right. That's so good to hear. You got to keep God first. I love it when I hear players say that. Now tell us, what do you expect to come from this year? Like, what are your goals this year? What do you want to see the Cowboys do?
To be the best we can be. The ultimate goal is always to win the Super Bowl, but as you know, it's a process. Like a day-to-day, each practice, each game, each week. So that's one of the processes we got to go through. So we have high expectations. So the main thing right now is to make sure we focus on the practice we have coming up on Wednesday and continue to do that.
Already. Now, last question. Life after football. What are your goals once you retire? Like, what do you see yourself with any type of businesses you want to go into? Like, what's your dream in terms of what you want to do after football is over?
I'm in a couple of them, right now, while I'm in the league, different businesses as far as mortgage side. And then also, commentating, doing different, sporting events, doing games. And also, working with kids. I want to go around and have a chance, to be a motivational speaker for kids and somebody they can see and know where I'm coming from.
Alrighty, well, thank you so much for letting us talk to you today. We appreciate it. Best of luck this year.
Well, believe it or not, growing up all through elementary, middle school, high school, I was a straight A student. I graduated high school with like a 3.7 GPA, something like that. I should have a 4.0, but I turned in a couple of assignments and I got lazy. So my mom's a teacher. I did not finish college. I left college early to go to the NFL. So my mom preaches I have to go back to school. It's very important to myself to go back and get my degree. But I don't want to study what I studied when I was in college. So now I'm going all the way back to school because I love art and fashion. So this summer I'll be doing a lot of art and fashion, going to private art school in Dallas to start a new degree toward art and feminine and things like that, because that's what I really enjoy.
Alright, y'all, it's your girl C-Rob here from msfenews. That's Music, Sports, Fashion, and Entertainment News. I'm here with my boy from the Dallas Cowboys, Martellus Bennett. What's going on?
I'm just out here chilling in a church house right now.
Right, so tell everybody about the event and, why you're here.
Basically, I came here to encourage kids to stay in school and explore their imagination. I think imagination is key for a lot of things. A lot of people talk about faith, having faith in the Lord. I don't think you really can have faith if you don't have imagination. So I always preach, talk about imagination, extracurricular activities, and get involved in other things besides just going to school and going home.
Okay, now you talked about your mom, you talked about church. Like, what message, based off of everything you talked about today, to all the kids, what message do you want them to leave with?
It's okay to be well-rounded. You don't have to just stick to one genre. You don't have to just listen to rap music. You could listen to pop music. You could explore other opportunities. It's just about being well-rounded. If you like art, do art and play sports. If you like to play sports, do whatever you want to do. I encourage you. Doing what you like to do is cool. That's what's cool. So I think a lot of kids want to be cool, but they don't understand that being themselves is a cool thing.
Growing up, a lot of kids used to be like, oh man, there was times when I just made a B when I could have made an A just because it was a little bit cooler to make a B than an A. But then I realized when I was about 13 that good grades was going to make it easier for me to go to college, which is something I wanted to do.
Now, what about you? You said your ankle was hurting, so you're not playing right now? Or what's going on with you right now with the Cowboys?
I'm coming back this week, so I'll be playing this week. I missed the first game, and I'm back.
Right, you're back, so y'all gonna win, right? Next week?
I'm doing it big. Oh yeah, that's a plan. We plan on winning next week. We're looking forward to it, and we're gonna do it big. Okay, but it's gonna be great. I mean, guys been working hard, and you know, a lot of stuff going on.
Super Bowl this year, right?
That's the plan.
Already. Now, let's talk about real quick life after football. You mentioned that you want to get into art, film, and all that. Like, what's your life after football? What are your goals?
Well, my life after football has actually already started. You know, I do a lot of stuff in fashion, on clothing line and things like that. So this summer I'll be working with some clothing lines in California, designing and doing other stuff like that. So I just like anything that's creative. You know, we do music. Me and my brother, we do a lot of shows in the summer, a lot of music. Do a little bit of everything, art shows and things. So.
But we're looking forward to seeing a successful season out of the Cowboys and seeing you come back and, you know, make that good old run and take us to the Super Bowl, right?
That's what I want to do. I just want to catch the ball and run with it. Catch the ball, run fast.
Already, y'all. But thank you for letting me talk to you today. I appreciate you. And, you know,
holla!
Now, how do we sign up for Confidence Music if we're interested in putting our kids through your program?
Right. We're actually out and about doing the footwork, and you will see these shirts, these orange and white shirts with the Confidence Music on it. You might see my mohawk, but if you don't, you will see these. And it's the Confidence Music enrollment sheet, which is it's through SES Online Enrollment, which is Supplemental Education Services. And so we get you to fill out as much information as we can. It's not a signing form, it's just an enrollment form, so you don't have to sign anything at all. And we just get the information we need, and if anything that we don't get, we call you later on and get it from you then.
Okay. Well, is there anything else you want people to know about the program?
As far as it goes, it's definitely good for your children. Good for their future, good for their grades. If they play sports, you know, no pass, no play, so it's good for them to pass so they can play. And we'll be looking for you.
Okay. Well, thank you guys for inviting us out, and you know, we look forward to seeing, you know, results from the kids that actually go through your program.
Right.
Okay. Right. Thank you.